Guys, and welcome back to Keep Smiling Adventures. Today I'm doing a video that I've wanted to do for a while, but I've just been putting it off because I don't really like using it. But today we are going to be taking the Wahoo Element Roam through its paces, and we're going to be testing the battery. I wanted to get the newer style of devices because of the battery. Wahoo claims 17 hours of battery, so today we're just going to give that a real life test. We're going to ride pretty much all day. It's currently about just after 7 in the morning, half 7, something like that, and we're going to try and use this as you would in a long day's riding. So we're going to have it just recording us, we're going to then follow some maps, we're going to then load a route onto it and then follow that for a bit, and we're going to do it all. We're going to try and drain this as much as possible. Wahoo say 17 hours. Let's see what it is like in real life. Now 1 hour 20 minutes in of the Wahoo recording me. We've done about just under 20 miles. What I'm going to do now is load a pre-loaded route on the Wahoo. We're going to follow that for a couple of hours and we'll see what it's like after that. So this is a 1 hour 20 minute mark check-in. So I've finally got this Wahoo down to 80%. That's right, we've only taken 20% off of this battery. The current riding time is 3.5 hours, but I did stop for a little while to do some more filming, fix a puncture, and this is actually, since I turned this Wahoo on, it's actually been going on for 5.5 hours. I don't know if you can see that, but the stopwatch says 5.5 hours. So I'm going to continue following this map for a little bit longer. So that is the 80% check-in. I'll catch you in a little bit. Right, so I am currently at 70% battery on the Wahoo. For all the stick that I give the Wahoo, to be fair, the battery life is pretty impressive, because that's 5.5 hours worth of riding and it's just hit 70%, and total on time so far is 8 hours 16 minutes. So wow, yeah, I am very impressed. So yeah, I am very impressed. What I'm going to do now is stop following the route I currently was, because I've basically completed that. For the last like 3 hours I've been following that route and it's only knocked off, what, like 20%. What I'm going to do is create a route quickly through the app, send it to the Wahoo, to a shop, so I can get my meal deal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it to take me the roadway, but I'm actually going to go a different way, so it has to try and reroute me. Maybe that will drain the battery a little bit more. It is 5.5 hours in, 70%. Impressive. Now, I know this video is about the battery and everything of the Wahoo, and so far the battery is doing great, but I've got to say, the rerouting on this thing is abysmal. It's basically pointless. I've set it to go to where I need to go. I didn't follow it for a little bit and it couldn't find anything. Back on the road where it was originally meant to be, and it still just cannot find it. It just keeps searching and searching. And also in the app, I thought you would be able to click on the map to see where it was taking you. Apparently you can't even do that. So the mapping on this thing just drives me insane. Okay, let's carry on with the battery test. Over to Tesco to get my meal deal. Right, I've got some food, I'm all good now. So when I got to the shop, it had gone down to 65% from 70, so 5%, and it wasn't a very long journey, that, so it does zap the battery while trying to find a route, and obviously it just didn't find the route. So yeah, it does definitely take a lot more battery while trying to find a route. But saying that, that's 6.5 hours of riding time, and 9 hours 43 minutes of actual on time, so it's still pretty impressive. I'm currently about 85 miles for the day of just gravel riding. I want to get that to 100 for the day, I reckon. I'm gonna have some food, I'm gonna crack them last 20 miles out, and I'm gonna see you guys on the sofa to see what this was on after my very long day on the gravel bike. Let's do it. Guys, I am back off the battery test for the Wahoo Element Roam, and I've uploaded the route to Strava, so I'll start off with the stats and we'll go from there. So the ride was 100 miles, just over 100 miles, 100.4 miles, and the moving time was 7 hours 44 minutes and 55 seconds. The elapsed time was a whopping 11 hours 5 minutes and 31 seconds. What does that tell us about the Wahoo Element Roam's battery? Well, to be quite honest, I am very, very impressed, because by the time I got home yesterday, it was on 58%. Now, most of that ride was literally following a route, a map with directions, with it telling me which way to go. And to finish a ride after 11 hours of elapsed time with still 58% of battery is very impressive, to be honest. Theoretically, I could go and ride that exact route again, take the exact amount of time, and this battery would still not be dead. Now, yesterday was a very clear, bright day, and I do have the backlight on auto, so it would be interesting to see overnight how much the battery differs while you're using the light a bit more, because the brightness of the screen obviously does affect the battery life. So Wahoo claims 17 hours of battery, and to be quite honest, that was nearly 8 hours of riding, and I'm on 58%, so I think the 17 hours that they're quoting is pretty much spot on. I would imagine you could probably do about 17 hours of actual riding. With the settings that I had, I think if you were using Strava live segments, then you might get a bit less. Or if your device had to reroute quite a bit, then maybe you would lose quite a bit of battery, because it did drop 5% over about 7 miles, if that. So yeah. So that was a real life test of the Wahoo Element Roam's battery. I'm very impressed. What do you guys think? Leave some comments down below. Subscribe to the channel would be amazing, and hit that thumbs up button. And until next time, keep smiling, enjoy the adventure. Peace.